Now, in my role as a church coach, I'm in a different church pretty much every single Sunday. Big churches, little churches, country churches, city churches. And what I consistently see is churches that preach what I would call half of a gospel. Now, I'll explain to you what I mean. They will teach, when they teach about the gospel, because they may not teach about it very consistently, but when they teach the gospel, they will teach that God is a good God, which is true. Then they will say, but we've fallen and we've sinned, which is also true. Then they will say that because God is a God of justice, sin must be punished, which is also true. Then they'll teach, but because God is a God of love, he sent his own son to take that punishment on us, which is true. And because of what Jesus did on that cross, he paid the debt that you and I owed. And that through his sacrifice, our sins could be forgiven, which is true. But then we stop the story there on Good Friday. There's a lot of talk about what we're saved from. We're saved from a life of sin. We're saved from eternal judgment. But there's very, very, very little talk about what we're saved for. So when we talk about saving, normally, if we save money, we're not just saving money from being wasted. We're saving it for some kind of a purpose. But that doesn't come out when we stop the story on Good Friday. When we stop the story on Good Friday, there comes a false understanding about the Christian life. That the Christian life, first and foremost, is about sin avoidance, what I've been saved from. And because it's about sin avoidance, it will present itself in one of two common options. One is legalism. I'm better at not sinning than you are. And one day I will be able to stand before the throne of God and I will say to my Lord, look, Lord, at all the things I didn't do. The other version of that is nominalism. And that's the understanding, very common, that as long as I don't do these really bad things on this list, then I'm free to live the self-focused life. Now, sure, I'm still a Christian. I'm still going to go to church, unless the weather's bad, or unless the weather's good, or unless Timmy has baseball or Johnny has hockey. But, I'm still going to do that. What this breeds is weak and ineffective churches that are focused just on sin avoidance and then personal self-fulfillment. And then when tragedy strikes, we find these people unable to deal with pain and suffering. It's a weak Christian.